Let's ride.
All right, so yeah, Barbella's back there. Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful Barbella. But yep, we got our snow globe here. Look at
Looking to the future. Ask me a question and I'll tell you the future.
that.
Will any of us get a girlfriend within the next 3 months?
Let's ask the magic ball.
Hell nah. You single for the rest of your life.
It says no bitches.
Oh,
Ooh,
dude, that's terribly unfortunate, dude.
yeah.
I know.
All right.
Oh, jeez.
Welcome back to the podcast for the what is this third or fourth? I don't know. It's like the third, I think.
Fucking
What did you guys talk
16.
about
Let's roll
last
with
time?
that. Religion. That was the
And
main one.
stoicism. We also talked about stoicism. That was very important. We're gonna talk about
Oh,
it more
yeah,
here because I've learned more. So,
But,
research.
but,
What?
all
okay, I
right.
will say, our first thing we're going to mention today in this episode, due to some recent events at our school, there's this little dumb thing that writes your essays for you within like
Spoiler.
30 seconds. It's called ChatGPT. Very
Love it.
obscure, obviously, but
Yeah.
so what do you guys think about ChatGPT?
Uh, okay. So I got this whole article
Alright.
here, a whole article about this. So my
Oh yeah, I
assignment
can definitely read that.
was accused of using ChatGPT by this thing called GPT-0, which or like Chat Zero. Well, I don't care what it's called,
Yeah,
but
GPT-0.
GPT-0. And so apparently through it, my thing was not that perplex, and my writing was not that perplex, which means it was just basically saying how terrible it was, and and my writing was like extremely bursty, like here's this and here's that, and that's how it figured out that like I mean I didn't write it with ChatGPT clearly, but
Oh shit, wait, I didn't do it like this one.
I mean Mr. Silva saw me writing this on a notepad in class. I sit in front of the
By hand.
class by
By
hand.
hand on paper.
Yeah, and I,
Dude,
I didn't have my computer open when he was doing it. When I was doing that either. I mean, there's no reason for me to. It was I knew how to do this. Like, why would I ask like ChatGPT to write 300 words for me? That's not.
I mean, it's about something like the thing is with this one is nothing very specific. It was not like a very
Yeah, there was
it was not
something.
a very it was nothing like you could choose how you would want to write it, what you would want to write about. But
Yeah,
so you could pick something you're passionate about and go on. Like for example, there's a student in our class uh was on the first episode, but that alleged first episode was lost in the severe cold that is the East Coast. But
yep,
he literally wrote a page and a half, which was a little bit over the top,
yeah.
but it was over something he was passionate about, which is his passion for rowing. For me, it was the passion of naval aviation. So like, you could go like the thing is with something when you're passionate about it, you want to learn it more, and you keep going on explaining it. More info you can spread around. For me, it was naval aviation, so I had that on point.
Yeah.
So like there was really no need for me to use ChatGPT to write it whatsoever. Of course, I used it for like suggestions, but nothing directly from it. It was all within my own words.
And also another thing, we're in honors too, so generally people in honors like to write. So,
Well, to be fair, not I fucking hate writing. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
um, okay then.
I hate writing, but it's a necessary thing in society or in our world today. It's fundamental to live as a human being to be able to write to some sort of like legible standard. Like
So there's no reason. I mean, logically it makes no sense. I mean, if you unless you want to time manage, then I mean, I'm busy all the time, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna cheat on something just to get it done. I mean, that's not.
well, I okay. The thing is with ChatGPT is that it can be a really handy tool. Like the first sentence for anything you write, the first sentence is always the most difficult one.
Yeah,
So the thing is with ChatGPT is it's not there for you to fucking Control C, Control V and plop it down on a document.
yeah.
I've
But
done that before.
oh my god.
You probably
But
shouldn't admit that.
Nah, that's fine.
Allegedly. But
Yeah,
uh,
allegedly.
the thing is with ChatGPT is that it's great for like introducing ideas, like, cause like there's certain things where it's like you're fucking stumped. Like for example, there's this actually I can't name the assignment because the teacher's gonna be like, hey, you're cheating. But no, it's just hey, wait a minute, never mind. But so ChatGPT can be good if you're it's good for implementing like new ideas into your thing because sometimes you can find yourself repeating on like you're just running on and on about the same thing just just in different words, but ChatGPT is able to introduce new ideas that you never considered before. And like you can like say for example I'm writing a essay about how the architecture of DC affected the civil rights movement in 1960s, in the 1960s. I can't name the exact year,
Okay, okay.
but let's say, like let's say one reason it affected the civil rights like march in 1960s, like due to the high density nature of any metropolitan area, the traffic was really bad. All right, and let's say for the rest of the essay, I keep repeating on that point, just in different words and new reasons. But there could be like if I use ChatGPT and say give me reasons why it affected it. It could come up with new ideas that you never considered before, like how the uh, how the Potomac River affects where the people had to go and what bridges they had to take to walk across and walk through, like just the DC metropolitan area. It's just
Yeah.
that an example. That's just an example, but that's how I would personally use ChatGPT, just to introduce new ideas. So, hey George, is that my sword?
No, I bought it off Amazon.
Is it the same sword? It's the same sword. Now, actually, because I just gonna just digress here for a bit. I lost one of my two swords that are the exact same, and George has the exact same
You
one.
did?
Huh?
You
It's
did?
probably it's probably somewhere at the old my old house in the garage.
You can you can buy it off Amazon for like $6. So
Yeah,
You spent $6
just
on that.
actually for me it was four because I got uh two buy two get 50% off. So
whoa.
but yeah,
Nice.
that's but anyway, back to the point here. Just Chat GPT can be used to like come up with new like information more efficiently, so you don't have to gaze through fucking chapters and chapters of different resources.
I would still not use GPT. I mean,
Well,
it's
you can't.
completely.
Okay, it's like as long as you're not doing word for word from Chat GPT, it's perfectly fine. As long as you're able to cite your resources, right? You can
Mm.
You can like if it's like from a credible source, like I don't know, Britannica encyclopedias, for example. That's a valid source. So like the teachers can't get mad at you for looking for information. That's what ChatGPT is supposed to be used for,
I mean,
looking information.
now we're giving people ideas, man. We can't be doing
I
that.
mean, I mean,
No, but there's
I just
nothing
have to
wrong with
say
that.
that ChatGPT is not always the most accurate source to anybody who wants to
Yeah,
do a whole essay on it and copy and
obvi-
paste it.
obviously, but you're gonna have to, even if you were not to use ChatGPT, you're gonna obviously check for other sources to see if they all line up together. If one is just complete bogus.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, yeah, that's just my how I would use ChatGPT. Not to
Yeah,
be lazy, because it's just the hunt for more information.
yeah, that makes sense. Um, I guess it would be valid in that sort of way, but again, I mean, we're on a path where AI, we're gonna be completely dependent on AI at some point, and I truly don't like the idea of that. You guys have seen the Terminator, right? Like this ends up bad, like really
I
bad.
mean,
Although sometimes it makes the turn for the better. Have you seen those like AI voice things of like Joe Biden, Trump, and Obama playing like Fortnite or something?
No,
That's
actually, I've
so
not.
good.
you
It's
suck so much, bro.
it's like it's genuinely funny because it's like it's not like the old text to speech type stuff where it was just like For example, if I say it is raining outside today, it's like it is raining outside today. No, it literally sounds like natural human speech.
And that's
So it
scary.
makes it
That's scary, actually.
that thankfully it's not being used for malicious intent so far.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to say so far because things are bound to change.
Yeah.
I'm just happy it's not used for a malicious intent, rather comedic reasons. So
Right now, anyways, that could change, and that's, I guess that there's always something to worry about. Like the invention of the phones. That could also be seen in the same way too, I guess.
yeah, uh, ha- there's this video game about artificial intelligence and like just like how it could affect humanity as is. It's called Detroit Become Human.
Oh, I've
Amazing
heard of that
game.
game.
It's an amazing game because it's like it's supposed to be technically sci-fi, but the thing is with the route we're currently on right now, it's far from science fiction. It's a genuine possibility of
Science reality.
yeah, science reality.
Yeah.
Cuz like basically I'm just going to dumb it down. No spoilers, just a heads up. Just no spoilers, but it's three characters like one is escaping like an uh abusive human that like beats the crap out of the his daughter and like this they're called androids for AI. So like when they snap out of their code and become sentient, it's called being deviant. So point like
Deviant.
it's like yeah,
That's a
it
funny
just
word.
deviated from their original code to not harm humans. But the thing is with that case is like that it shows human emotion for AI, and then it starts becoming sentient and gains a consciousness. And like one other character is like a cop, like detective robot, like analysis guy. His name's Connor,
Yeah.
and so like he his men like I say his partner, his detective partner is that's not a detective, it's a lieutenant, but it's his partner. His name's Hank. He kind of also affects how like how the android can become human or alive. So like that also affects it too. And then there's this other one, Marcus, who leads like a similar like civil rights movement fashion for equal like rights and equality for androids. But this is all based off of a the human like playing the game's choice. Because you can make it like have it where like that whole thing is unsuccessful and like people like hate androids and they kill them all essentially. So and it just touches on like it's a really good game. It just touches on like the possibilities of what AI can or will be in some cases.
All right. Um, I'm gonna make a new rule for the podcast. Um, Short stories.
Uh,
Sorry,
go with
Damn.
we
that.
gotta keep it short stories. I'm sorry. It's new rule. Okay, so now we gotta move on from the whole AI thing, because now I'm
Okay, we
thinking
could
about, like,
roll it onto we could roll it onto school.
You see, what
Honestly,
we need to do, what we need to do is we need to start it off quick and snappy with jokes.
because
Then as we go further in, the stories can get longer and longer.
that's the thing. Well, that's the thing with having a like a checklist already. Because Billy, that checklist was like we were on point because we knew what we had to get done.
we should
But this
not
is
be
kind of
saying this
like
on the podcast at all.
I
Like, we need to,
well I mean
no,
What's
I
wrong?
no,
What's
thought
wrong with that? What's wrong?
not even here.
no,
We
no
can do this after the recording. We don't talk about that on the
this is
podcast.
this is getting cut. I hope you're aware of
I'm not
that.
cutting this.
You're not okay.
No,
Fine.
I don't
All
cut
right.
any of this.
Okay. Well, everyone, that's behind the scenes of our podcast. Just how we come up with the topics. So
That is
Yeah.
real.
All right.
because
So,
okay.
anyways, we need to move on. So there was
Hmm.
that train accident in Ohio.
Oh yeah, the
Um,
what's it called? The Palestine
East Palestine.
train, East
yeah,
Palestine train wreck.
yeah,
Yeah, but tons of chemicals in the water. It's not very good,
no.
I'll admit.
Vinyl chloride. I forgot the other ones, but yeah,
They were all
vinyl
not
chloride.
good.
All pretty bad chemicals. Point
Point,
being
yeah,
fact.
that's the point. Um, you know, and it apparently exploded into some sort of cultural issue. I don't really know what that's about. Do you guys
There's
know
a
what that?
cultural issue.
It's the
There
whole
was a
thing. Like
cultural issue with
people
it.
aren't taking it seriously, and it's becoming political. And FEMA and Trump and Biden and the whole it's a whole thing. Point is, bad stuff happening. Chemical leak must be fixed. Nobody's doing anything about it.
Okay.
So
Mm.
people aren't taking it seriously enough, from what I've heard.
Okay, so apparently there's a report. This is from CNN where it's the cause of. So basically, the train derailed and it crashed. So a derailment is when the train wheels just pop off the track. It's pretty
Hmm.
straightforward. So it said that there's a hot box sensor on the wheel bearing. Okay, I it's I
Oh
assume
yeah,
it's the wheel bearing is like okay. The best way to describe it is like you guys remember fidget spinners, right? That's the inside thing that makes it spin. That's a bearing. So so the, apparently it looks like the wheel bearing got hot, which caused the metal to deform, and eventually it basically caused the wheels to like start skipping on the track, essentially, and then that's when it jumped off the track. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So
Um. Sorry. Apparently the whole thing exploded into a quote firefight over identity, polarization, and role of government. The quote is from Washington Post, so we don't get, copyrighted or something like that. But the point
uh,
is that let's see. After and by the time Biden returned to Washington, his aides were battling accusations. Washington, environmental catastrophe, multi-billion-dollar company. So yeah, all of this is very bad. This is almost like the whole COVID thing with the political issues and the
like this is
yeah.
yeah, this is pretty bad if you look in the. You can see the image I sent. That is some
Yeah, here.
devastating shit.
Yeah, that's actually horrible. How many people were on that
And
train? Do you know?
it's it wasn't a passenger train,
Well,
obviously.
I
I think it was
understand
just a
that,
few
but
I think it was just a driver, a technician, and then I think that's it.
try. Okay.
Um,
Well, I mean that's still pretty bad. Those guys must have died. This was a terrible, terrible accident. I mean, if you guys here for the podcast, yeah, that's very bad. Um,
Uh,
every train is everywhere. The whole thing is up in smoke. That can't just be a normal derailment. That's like a high-speed train derailment sort of thing there.
can you look up how long it was like on fire? Because I remember they were like burning the chemicals in like a controlled burn, and I think they were releasing them into air or something, or
Yeah,
they've
here.
like spilled.
Let me see if I can like put this in the chat here. If I can, net, maybe, maybe.
yeah, maybe burning toxic waste or chemicals is not a great idea considering people live nearby. I don't know that I feel like that should take some common sense.
Yeah,
But like, they said controlled burn. The thing is with controlled burn is that fire is such an unpredictable thing. Because like,
yeah,
great example to like as unpredictable. California is full of the fucking wildfires, and they
yeah.
could spread in different directions just because of the wind. And this could be applied to the same case here. I think okay. I feel like the response was awful. Honestly, it was
Yeah.
just that
No,
I
it's a
feel like
bunch of
that's the
politicians trying to save face, and that's kind of it. You know what I mean?
Am I balding?
yeah. The, I maybe you might shift your camera angle in the future podcast.
But you're not bolding. You're like, like
Receding.
I'm just gonna hold this.
I'm pretty sure it's correlated to stress. Just a heads up.
Oh, well, that's only if I believe stress is bad for me, right?
It's just, it's mental pressure essentially.
Hmm. I
But
love mental pressure.
and speaking of pressure, these I don't know. Why would they do an explode? It was an explosion, not a control. It was a controlled explosion. You know how bad that's. This is from the NBC. A controlled explosion. You realize how?
Are you looking at the
Okay.
article I sent you in the chat?
Hmm?
The no, this is NBC, not
Like,
Washington
yeah,
Post. But
look at the Washington Post too.
Oh shit, you're sending stuff. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, we're sending stuff. Yeah, did you not hear that budding?
hey, look at that. I have to pay for Washington Post.
It's so bright on your screen.
That's, yeah, but I don't know if controlled explosions. Those two should not be in the same sentence. Obviously, there's controlled explosions like dynamite and like whatnot, but this is fucking toxic waste.
Yeah, you don't really control.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah. I
delete
mean,
that. I mean,
you
that's
know,
not.
let's see. All right, you know how bad it would sound like. Let's say there was a uranium spill,
Ooh,
right?
that sounds bad.
Just a
Yeah,
little bit of uranium. It can't be that.
let's do let's do some a controlled explosion with liquid uranium. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
It's something along the lines of that. It's just it sounds like a very bad idea.
yeah.
Did I did I just lose my audio?
No.
Someone say something.
Hi.
No, I think you're chilling.
Fuck, I lost my audio, son of a bitch.
Okay.
Did you?
Well, we can hear you.
There
Oh,
we go. All right, it's back. I
we
just
we we could hear you.
yeah, I know
So,
my mic is separate from my headsets.
okay. What's next? What we need to talk about? Oh, you know what? I want to talk about. I know we're going. I said we weren't going to go back to the AI thing, but pray please. It's completely mirrored. You can't read it. But so this article is called "There's a problem with the app that detects GPT written text. It's not very accurate." The GPT zero thing. So it only gets it right 20% of the time according to this article.
Well then,
Well, no, eighty
I,
percent. Sorry, 80% of the time. But it gets it wrong 20% of the time, roughly.
that is still a significant amount. That's
Yeah.
still 1/5. Wait, hang on.
Uh,
Yeah, okay, I got my percentages
So
right. 1/5.
that means 30 students, a full class. Because Mr. Silva, sorry, I'll have to edit that out.
But
Random
Random
teacher in
teacher.
our cool.
So his name is Mr. His random name is Mr.
Right.
Silva. His random name is Mr. Silva. Um, I did that on purpose. No, but in all seriousness, I did do that on purpose. But he uses GPT zero or chat. I don't even know what it's called. But the point is that so he has 150 students because we're in a massive school. I mean, it's ridiculous. But um, he uses this thing called GPT zero, something like that,
Mhm. Yep.
and it's right only 80% of the time, which means it's wrong 20% of the time. Now,
he,
and that's a fifth. And a fifth of 150 students is 30 students. So he could have, he could have, there could have been 30 students that got their assignment back saying that they were using GPT zero or no, Chat GPT.
Do you have the typed up version? I could, because there's this other software that's actually, like, it's actually reliable, and that's it's the writer.com/AI content detector, and that
Okay.
is it's pretty accurate. I don't know the statistics on it, but it read like the thing is with that is like it reads through, right?
Yeah.
It reads it through and see if how much human speech is actually there.
Yeah.
Because for example, we would add pauses to places which grammatically wouldn't be correct, but it's correct because we're human. Because we obviously can't talk about a sentence that goes on for like 30 like words, and it can still be grammatically correct, but no human would go like have a sentence that is like a paragraph long. I'll just use that as a
Well,
shitty
I mean,
hyperbole.
I've had a sentence that was 30
No,
words
but
long.
there, but how like were there commas in it?
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean,
Well, that's where the human element comes in. It like it takes
oh,
that all into account and see like if like no one's gonna be able to read a whole like sentence in like one breath. Like that is a long grammatically correct in English sentence.
Yeah.
Like there, I fucked up the speech there. That, but like see how like the thing is with human speech is that we naturally tend to pause whenever we have to inhale because our lungs are you know like
Like
our
that.
lungs are lungs.
Yeah.
But the thing is like and there's like a few words like no human would be able to pull out of their fucking mind like uh pontificator for example. I only know that because that was on like a recent test of mine, and that's like and speaking of which I totally forgot what pontificator is. Hang on, let me look it up, but you guys can continue on real quick.
Okay, I will send you my a copy
Yours.
of the essay the after this. But um,
Yeah, okay,
so for
gotcha.
you guys who are listening, if you do get accused of using this, you got to argue your way out of it. So, for example, like getting an article about how like the inaccuracies of the site that they use and being part of the 20%. And also the thing is you want to. I think the best way to avoid getting accused of ChatGPT is to write the essay pretty much in class.
Yourself. Yourself.
Well, yourself, but in class too. That does help a lot. Use word choice that seems like it would be odd for an AI to say it. Like, for example, in this one sentence that I had on my story, it was if you don't take this seriously, you won't make any gains in the gym. Now, that sounds like a third grader writing. Um, Also, that doesn't sound like something an AI would say to me. I don't. Does that sound like
Pro
something an
tip:
AI
if
would
you're
say?
using ChatGPT, dumb down what it's saying.
Uh, well, I
Make
mean,
So
it as if you're writing towards a fifth grader.
okay. Well, then you're gonna. The thing about the ChatGPT AI is though is actually me and my dad looked at this together. Is that the the GPT is is actually a not a very good writer. It's very sporadic and bursty, which is why they have the so the GPT-0 has a burstiness score and a perplexity score. If the perplexity is low and the burstiness is high, then it's more likely to be written by an AI. Now, I write somewhat like a fifth grader, so the perplexity was not high at all. Um, and the uniform burstiness, I don't really know how to define what it means by uniform. I'm guessing like it seems sporadic, but it's not sporadic. And we searched up what the definition of burstiness was. I still don't get it. Um, but
I think it's supposed to mean like how quickly does it jump from one subject to another rather than explaining yourself on that specific subject.
um, well, I mean, I didn't explain myself at all during the thing. I mean, why would I? It's a how-to speech. There's no reason to explain why. Actually, you know what? I did explain why. I remember explaining why. I was explaining why you must arch your back during the bench press. I remember this specific part. It's because it
But
increases your bench press and activates more pectoral muscles. Okay, I know we're using my speech to for an example, but again, it's the one that got accused of using
and
the GPT.
I know at least three allegedly cheating students in the other period that he teaches. So
Okay, if all right, let's
Mr.
say
Robert
if Mr. quote
English teacher man.
they already know his random name. Just call him his random name. I mean,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. It's random, of course, Mr. Silva.
the more I have to edit that out now. You realize that, right?
all right,
Dude,
let's just call him. We'll just call him
silverfish.
Mr.
Silverfish.
Sylviana.
So
No,
okay, Mr. Sylviana, I like
Mi-
that.
Sylvia.
Sorry guys, his real name is Mr. Sylviana, but um, anyways, his I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. Like what
The students in
the
his class.
students, right? We should, if Mr. Silviana happens to see um, this essay or this podcast,
I'm
um,
writing my defense. I'm calling my defense attorney.
you should definitely, you should definitely call your defense attorney. You should also get your friends to call their defense attorneys
And
because
like,
they're
I mean,
screwed.
this is technically free speech, so it's.
Okay,
I
well,
mean,
first off, freedom of speech is a complete lie in this country. We already know this.
it's limited. Much of free speech is limited in certain topics areas where
So,
like
for example, Mr. Holtzman, Holtzmania,
Holtzmania.
uh,
Holtzmani.
Holtzmani.
That's
Um,
better.
his name is actually Mr. Holtzmani, but anyways, he said this one thing in his class about the freedom of speech versus something else. I don't remember, but he used a specific example, like, and this might seem weird, but say someone stood in the hallway and said Hitler was right, we should kill all the Jews.
Oh boy, this
He
sounds like
used
a very similar incident.
he he used
Holtzmania?
this example, and I don't think this actually happened. I hope not, but
It kind of did.
it did.
Oh,
Okay.
is that the thing that everybody got an email about?
Okay, so basically a Jewish student was wearing I forgot what the name is, but they were wearing the
The
head caps thing, right?
Yeah,
And so what happened was a few jackasses, okay, they did this thing where they walked past him and yelled, "This is from them, okay, not me, okay. I do not
Were they
condone
German?
their." Huh? No, they were
Were they
not.
German?
They were just being funny, funny in
Wow.
quotation marks. They walked past him and said, "Hail Hitler," and long live the Third Reich. You know, I, I don't know about you
I'm sorry.
guys, but I don't know
That's
We're
about
gonna
you
cut that into a
guys.
clip, and that's gonna go everywhere.
yeah. I'm sorry for
Uh,
Boom.
laughing at that, but okay,
no, it was just like
that's
a
incredibly
why,
stupid
just
to say.
why,
We're very honest.
like why would you say like it's like saying like I don't know. Okay, you know what? That's a bad example. I'm gonna take that back. I was gonna say that really bad thing,
It's like
but
telling
like
a Christian Jesus was like trans or something, like a
Jesus
true
didn't have gender. Gender has always been fluid. You know what I mean?
just shut up. Shut up. I don't want to hear it.
we should not be saying this stuff at all.
No, we gotta make the podcast more interesting. We're just talking. There has to be someone who causes. I don't know.
Someone's
The
about to
huge
like.
like
We're gonna see it. We're gonna get an email with all of our addresses on it somehow. I swear. I'm gonna get like a pipe bomb in the mail by accident. Just like, hey, I didn't like what you said on the podcast, but
okay,
continue.
don't worry guys, I don't got our addresses on the podcast. Though we might have just leaked them with our um teachers' names, our
Yeah, you might have
actual
to bleep those.
No,
Poor Mr. Sylviana.
I
yeah
mean, our faces kind of give it away. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
yeah
But
No, I mean,
take a look at this. So obviously someone's gonna get mad at this,
oh
and so
I cannot wait, they're
let me
gonna blow us up,
okay.
it's gonna be amazing.
Okay, so the Coca-Cola has the pride design on the bottle, okay? And it's love is love, all right?
Okay.
And on the alleged Giga Chad side is los it's basically in Spanish it means gender like it's like genres, right? But it kind of correlates with gender too. It's it's for music and uh not for a person. Okay? So and basically I think there's some outcry because of this bottle, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I just wanted to add that in there. And
Yeah.
speaking of recent events at our school's a fucking mess. I'm gonna be honest.
You're so right about that. God.
Uh,
So where to begin? um,
this is a good one right here.
Obviously we don't want to say the name of the school, so we need to avoid
Uh,
that.
uh, fucking mountain, the fucking high school and fucking
Toaster bathtub elementary school.
Guys,
elementary school.
guys,
Yeah, sure, we'll roll with that.
we're in Colorado.
Yeah, we live in South Park, as a matter of fact.
Yo, did you guys see the new episode of South Park with the
No, I
Queen?
have I have not.
Or not the
I
Oh,
gotta
Queen, the
see it.
that
Prince.
sounds like a very bad thing.
It's so
But
bad.
going back to the school,
We
okay,
want our privacy.
okay. There's like our school. Okay, maybe just like 1/4 of the area of our school. 1/4 of our school. I don't know how in fucking hell's name they're gonna get a high school diploma. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Someone has to flip the burgers, you know?
And
Yeah,
someone has to fulfill the army's recruitment quotas, I guess.
you know,
But
I made a comment on the Instagram post recently, and they were like, well, I mean, you're a future high school dropout, and I was like, no, no, I'm not. I'm working on, business.
what's your GPA? What's the color of your grade book, huh? Is it all red or is it all green?
My grade was orange.
Mine is like black.
Personally, for me, it's a green because I'm gonna get shot. I may or may not get killed within the next hour because of my recent grades. However, it's a pretty tough class. Chemistry.
Chemistry's not that hard. Come on,
I'm,
man.
My guy, you are
I'm,
in non-honors. I don't
I'm
want
in
to hear it.
honors,
well, I've been there 2 weeks. I'm so dead.
bro.
Uh,
I'm in honors, and I have a B plus in the class. It's not that hard.
Are you actually in honors? Who's the other
Yes,
person who said that? Someone in our English class said they weren't part of honors. Was that Avery?
that was probably Avery.
Yeah, probably Avery. But like, yeah, it's just like if you're getting below a C in regular honors compared to honors chem, I I don't know how. George, stop doing vibrato with your hands. I see it. It's basically never mind. I digress. But
Jazz hands.
jazz hands.
Guy jazz
But yeah,
hands.
our school, it's in a location where it's like
It's in
all
South Park,
prime.
Colorado, by the way.
Yeah, okay. Basically, primarily, not in a it's in a high income area. Yet somehow people in there make it seem like it's a low income area school.
bro, half the bathrooms are closed. I just want to pee.
Yeah, dude, I just want to take a piss. Half of the bathrooms are closed because kids are smoking now. Zaza in there.
They just
Yeah,
No,
gotta
I'm kidding.
breathe air, man.
Dude, I'm glad.
I
I'm
told a
glad I
kid
don't have
that
to.
to
I'm
breathe
glad I don't
air.
have to. I'm glad I don't have to rely on the fruity pebble stick to get through the day without getting trembles.
Like what?
And so what? Vaping's unhealthy. Sue me. But like, why? Why
Just
in school?
like if you're gonna smoke something, smoke a cigarette. Like
Why don't they just make like vaping zones? You know what I mean? And then anybody who goes there,
It's
pick them up.
illegal. It's it's.
it should be legal at this point. I mean, there's like half
Boom,
I'm
here
not.
the
is my
school does
master
it.
plan to
I'm not even
control.
kidding. During the homecoming, right? You know the bathroom where the hallway was, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not even kidding. I went to go in there to try to use the restroom, right? I'm not even kidding. Like, you know how it turns right and then turns left into the actual bathroom part?
Mhm.
It the moment I took that second left to go in, a plume of smoke filled my vision. I was like, "Oh fuck,
Yeah. Someone wasn't someone doing weed in the bathroom. Like I
which
heard there was
one?
someone like
Which
Skylar,
one?"
Skylar or
Skylar
something.
White, yo.
It's-
I so I
I don't
okay.
know.
I okay. Yes, like okay. You know what, that I can't really talk about that because it's kind of a correlates with the actual event that may or may not be on the news. But
Oh,
Mhm.
someone overdosed at our school.
was it at the homecoming?
Not homecoming. This was pretty recent.
Oh
This
yeah, that's
was
right. The kid
this
that
school.
yeah, I remember
They,
that. That was a
they
few months
swept it
ago
under the
actually.
rug.
Yo, talk to me about this after the show, please.
What
Yeah,
I'm
after
well,
the
curious.
show?
just a little bit. I still have work I need to do. So I
Yeah,
mean,
but yeah, our school. I don't know why. Like, I can understand why kids are like, "Oh, fuck school. It's boring," right? This is your one. This At this point on, if you're in middle school, yo, what the fuck? Who gave me the? Someone gave me the light skin stare. No, but this is the point. If you're not, dude, Billy, stop. This is the like. If you're in middle school, that's fine. If you're in middle school taking high school classes, focus on those. You can have straight Fs, and the two high school classes you take, like I don't know, fucking Spanish and like algebra. If you have an A in those, your GPA is a 4. That's all you have to focus on in the freaking middle school. All you have to do is do well, and if you take high school classes, and then high school, just do well. Oh my god, this is like the least organized. You know what? Fuck. You know what? Fuck. Genuinely, fuck the fucking topics. Honestly, we're just gonna roll as if this was a normal conversation.
Finally, God, oh, I can
Cause
talk now.
it's
I've been
clear.
like silent the whole time because you
it,
guys have been like talking about smart stuff.
it's clear, it's clearly. You know what? I'm gonna go on a little story here. Okay, so
Make sure it's not longer than 100 words, or else it get canceled by Billy.
yeah, yeah, of course. Well, Billy's not there. You see that red chair? That red chair is pretty baller. Not gonna lie. Doesn't care about what story I tell. But looks like the um Billy. I'm not on the list. All right.
Yes, you are.
What? Huh? Actually, you know what? Hang on.
I've come to kill you. I can't even take myself seriously. Like,
Hey, look. You know what? This is. Hey, look. This is this is America, bitch.
this America, bitch.
Where every person somehow is
Vaping.
like the funny thing is like there's like this argument where you should give teachers guns, and that's a terrible fucking idea. I do not want my bitch ass fucking. George,
Be
imagine
like,
if our chemistry teacher had a. Imagine if our chemistry teacher had a gun for like.
I'm gonna shoot you if you
Has
don't do
like
your homework. I'm gonna shoot you.
Today, children, we are going to make our own gunpowder.
so what you're gonna. I'm pretty sure you've seen like the video where it's like capybara, and then immediately after it shows like the entire recipe for methamphetamine.
Yeah, he showed me that. Remember that time that teacher in name, Miss Miss
Okay, so
Jukowski? Remember when you wrote like a formula on the board and she was like, erase that, erase that.
I think I was a little bit right.
I think we're getting off
Uh,
topic now. All right.
Oh,
what topic? What topic are we even
Billy.
talking
Okay.
about?
Okay.
I already sta-
We need to get onto the podcast. I'm sorry for being so disruptive and causing all this, but we need to.
No, this is the podcast.
Oh, this
This
is okay.
podcast is about you and me and other you.
Other me.
Like, you
Billy.
know?
Is Kaden
Billy, I'm
really
gonna be
other
on.
me?
No, I'm like skinny. I'm like prior bulking up, Billy. That's what I am.
Billy, Viet edition. Boom.
Vietnam edition.
Oh.
Mm,
Okay.
I get. I know
God,
we're
tomorrow's gonna be.
okay,
Oh,
Billy. I stated. I think I stated this a few minutes back. We clearly don't have anything
Oh, you know what we
like
do?
truly.
I do want to talk about one thing though. One more thing.
All right,
let's
let's
hear
do
it.
that, and then we're doing a free conversation thing because I cannot do it.
Actually, I have two more things. Number
Choose the
one,
important one.
Stoicism.
Oh
The
boy,
text
here we go
of
again.
Marcus
You're gonna have to define
Aurelius.
that for George. You're gonna have to.
I
So,
know what stoicism is.
Okay, cool.
okay, so you understand the general overall like theme of this, right? Of
Yeah, I try to be stoic.
okay, well, trying to be
My goal.
stoic is different from.
Being
Sorry, I'm like
stoic.
joking on my own. Okay. Um. So I have a list of a couple of quotes here. I'm only gonna read like three or four of them, but you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will
Educate.
find strength. This is probably one of his most famous quotes Because the thing is, oh, this is Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate said this.
Okay,
Did
this is a,
he?
a
I
great
feel like I
question.
feel like this is
What?
something he said. Like,
Once there goes our female audience once again.
okay, okay. Well, I mean, we got at least 44
Like there
minutes out of
was
them,
one to
so
begin with.
oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Have you gotten any actual listens on the podcast?
I haven't checked. I don't know why I'm the only one managing this, Caden. I'm not. I'm like the intern here.
Wait, what? I was supposed to be doing something?
I've been managing all of this, man. I need you to like step up to the plate.
I honestly, it's just record software, get MP3, and then boom, it's that easy. Just post it up.
All right, let me read something. Let me read something.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
so hold on. I want to finish this quote
Okay.
because we're not done talking about it yet. So you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So the whole point of this quote is that you just don't control anything except for your mind. So I mean, for example, we can't control what our teachers say about us doing chat GPT. All we can do is use our minds to figure
To
out
prove him wrong.
to prove them wrong. Right.
Wow.
Um let's see, another one is dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. Think constantly on the changes of the elements in each other into each other, for such thoughts wash away the dust of earthly life. So,
It sounds like me.
this is Marcus Aurelius, and for those of you who don't know, I actually explained this last time, but for those of you who don't know, Marcus Aurelius is one of probably one of the greatest philosophers of all time, in my opinion. He's a Roman emperor who was raised by this guy. I think his name is Antonio. It's like Antony,
I'm
and
telling you.
yeah, and his it was basically his father almost. Um, anyways, he raised him to be like this, to be stoic. And his father did not realize he was raising him to be stoic. He just was stoic. It's incredible. But um he taught him all these qualities that led to, more development in stoicism and how to actually practically apply it. So, all right, the third quote is the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. I mean, all of this sounds like something Andrew Tate would say, but again, Andrew Tate, and it, this is actual wisdom, not some guy spewing it from his head. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. So,
Yeah.
if you have good thoughts about life, then obviously your life should end up to be better. Um, right now, I'm not having so positive thoughts for Mr.
Sylviana.
Silviana, yeah. Um, But I'm not gonna let that drag me down. Eventually we'll get back working together. Be like, okay, this is how he writes. It looks very similar to AI, but that's fine. Hopefully, I mean, I hope he realizes that. But I have to convince him of this, obviously. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Yeah. So when Andrew Tate does this, he argues about what a good man should be, and I mean, obviously, that's part of how he makes money. So, in his instance, it
The
works.
fuck was that?
Um,